It's the midway point of the 2024 Texas high school football regular season, and if it's anything like the first half, we are in for a ride. These are the picks. Welcome into the picks, your guide to the Texas high school football weekend. My name is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and it's true. This is the midway point of the 2024 Texas high school football regular season. There's 5 weeks that came before it. There'll be 5 weeks that come after this. And so this is really a point of the year where we can kind of take stock of where we are and where this thing may be going. There have been teams that have surprised us, teams that have disappointed us, quite frankly. And there's a lot of things that we know now that we didn't know back when we were putting together the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. We've learned a lot, and there's still a lot more to learn as these games get more important, as teams start getting into district play. Now, something about week 6. This is the largest open date in the Texas high school football calendar. What do I mean by that? Of the 1,101 UIL 11-man teams, more than a third of them are off this week. That's right. It's a big bye week across the state of Texas. Teams healing up and getting ready for that big district push. But what's amazing about this week is that even though there are fewer games, I think the top level of games that we have this week might be the best we've had all season. It is a ludicrous slate of games across Texas. Big games in every corner of the state. We start in Parker County. 7 o'clock Friday night at Tim Buchanan Stadium in Aledo. It is number 1 versus number 2 in 5A Division I as the Denton Ryan Raiders visit the Aledo Bearcats in district play. What are the keys to this matchup? Key number 1, Aledo's game breakers. So we've been trying to figure out what it is about this Aledo team that makes them special. Obviously, this is a program that is the most decorated in Texas high school football history, but each team is different. The thing that this team does well, they hit home runs on offense. They break big, back-breaking plays that score touchdowns, and this team has loaded with playmakers. Guys like Caden Finley, their big-time receiver who is impossible to bring down in the open field. Racine Guillory, their outstanding running back. Caden Winkfield, this team is loaded with home run hitters. It is going to be up to Denton Ryan's defense, which has been excellent all year long, led by Dylan Arkansas and Errol West, to keep the lid on this Aledo attack. They want to go 60 yards in one play. Ryan has got to make sure that they make them earn their way down the field. Don't give up 20, 30, 40, 50-yard plays. That's the challenge for this Ryan defense. Can they keep a lid on this Aledo attack, or will the Bearcats be as explosive as ever? Key number 2, Ryan's balance. So when Ryan has the ball in this game, they're going to want to spread the ball around a little bit. Quarterback Quinn Hennigan, yes, they have another Hennigan at quarterback, has been very strong to start the year, and they've got big-time weapons on the outside like Braden Mussett. But I think this Ryan team is at their best when they have a balanced attack, especially running the ball with guys like Nemo Warmate and Trayvon Reynolds. It is going to be up to this Aledo defense, which has been very strong all year, to make Ryan one-dimensional. That's the challenge for this Aledo defense, is to take away the running game, make the passing game beat you. I think that's the key to victory for Aledo. So, can Ryan strike that balance offensively, or will Aledo's defense take one of their factors away? And key number 3, 6,209 days. If you go from the day that this game is played back 6,209 days, you will land on October 5th, 2007. Final score that day, Everman 35, Aledo 28. Why do I bring that up? Because that is the last time Aledo lost a district game. They have won 122 consecutive district games. The entire Obama administration, the entire Trump administration, the entire Biden administration, they have won every single district game during that span. It is beyond fathoming what they've been able to do, how dominant they have been in district play. Consider this, 122 straight district games, right? The second longest winning streak in district play is 75, set by Katy from 2009 to 2020. They have been basically invincible in district play. But ever since Denton Ryan got aligned into their district 2 alignments ago, we have had this game circled as maybe the team that can knock off Aledo in district play. So, plain and simple, can Ryan do something that hasn't been done in 17 years. Who am I picking? I'm going with Aledo. They've won 122 consecutive district games. They haven't lost a district game since George W. Bush was the president. They're at home. I ain't picking against possibly the greatest streak in Texas high school football history. And then you add in the fact they've got Racine Guillory, they've got Caden Finley, they've got all these playmakers. Their defense has been fantastic. Denton Ryan can do this. They are certainly good enough to do this, right? Braden Mussett, Quinn Hennigan, Trayvon Reynolds, Nemo Warmate, they've got the playmakers. They've got the trench play. They've got the defense. They can do it. I ain't picking against the streak. I think Aledo wins their 123rd consecutive district game. Let's go to Houston, 7 o'clock Friday night at Turner Stadium in Humble. It is a District 23-6A slugfest as the Humble Summer Creek Bulldogs take on the Humble Atascocita Eagles. The District 23-6A round robin of doom begins this week as three of the best teams in Texas high school football will take aim at one another over the coming weeks, and this is the first matchup, and boy, it doesn't get any better than this. Atascocita has one of the very best resumes in Texas high school football with wins at Katy and at Austin Westlake. That is hard to do. Their offense has been absolutely electrifying with quarterback Carday Mack and outstanding running back Torrey Blaylock, plus their defense has been absolutely ferocious. But speaking of ferocious defenses, there has been literally no defense in Texas more ferocious than Humble Summer Creek. They are 4-0 and they have outscored their opponents by a combined average of, let me read this, 215-0. They haven't given up a point this year. 215-0. Their defense has been absolutely outrageous with guys like Chad Woodfork leading the way. They are lights out defensively. And oh, by the way, they can score as well with Blake Thomas at the helm of an outstanding Bulldogs offense with a terrific offensive line. It is so hard to split these two teams. This is actually number 1 versus number 2 in the Dave Campbell's computer rankings. It's basically impossible to split these two teams. But when it comes to games like this, I go with the team that is a little bit more battle tested. That's Atascocita. Those wins at Katy and at Westlake showed me something. Summer Creek can 100% win this game because, again, they haven't given up a point this season. I think Atascocita is your early favorite. I think the Eagles come away with a very narrow win. Let's go to the Piney Woods, 7 o'clock Friday night at Huntsville ISD Stadium. It's a District 8-5A Division II showdown between the Port Neches-Groves Indians and the Huntsville Hornets. A lot to break down here. Most notably, what do we make of P&G last week? So they take on Montgomery Lake Creek, a good Montgomery Lake Creek team, and they beat them 62-56. That is simultaneously very un-P&G-like. They gave up 56 points. They just don't do that. But it's also very P&G because they're now 11-0 in one-score games under Jeff Joseph. They have been absolutely ridiculous when it comes to winning the narrowest of margins. We know what they are all about. They're about running the ball with Isaiah Nguyen and Blair Sertanier behind that big offensive line, but that defense will need to be better because this Huntsville team is hungry. They've won 3 straight after their season opening loss. They have outstanding playmakers like Zaya Dolphe and Trayshawn Brown. They are going to challenge them in the ground game. This Huntsville defense has also been very good as well. The question is, what do we make of the P&G defense? Like, did Lake Creek expose something, or was that a one-time hiccup? I think this game is close, but I don't think P&G plays 2 bad defensive games in a row. I think the Indians bounce back with a win. And let's go to the beach, 7 o'clock Friday night at Kermit Corville Stadium in Galveston. It's a District 9-5A Division I matchup of state-ranked foes as the Galveston Ball Golden Tornadoes take on the Port Arthur Memorial Titans in a fascinating ball game. Memorial is plugging along at 4-1. Their one loss on the year is an overtime loss to an undefeated 6A team in Fort Bend Hightower. They are legit. And really what I love about this team is the star-studded defense led by Michael Riles. They have playmakers all over the field on this team, and they can run the ball with a Monty Martin kind of the tip of the spear in the running game. Meanwhile, for Galveston Ball, they are star-studded themselves, including Jonah Williams, the Texas commit, who is just a freakish athlete. Just a play-making dude out there. The Texas commit is one of the very best players in the state of Texas, hard stop. But he is far from alone. I think their quarterback, Kaiden Barker, is really underrated. And this Galveston Ball team, not just Williams, is really strong. And I think they're showing that in their undefeated run so far. This game's really close. And I think it's kind of hard to split these two teams. And when it comes to a matchup like this, I think players, not plays. And I go with the team that has the single most dynamic playmaker. That's Jonah Williams, and I think Galveston Ball comes away with a big win. But those are far from the only big games in Week 6 of the Texas high school football season. Let's get to the lightning round. I like Bremond to bounce back with a win over Wortham. Big-time matchup of unbeaten state-ranked teams in 3A. I like East Bernard over Altair Rice Consolidated, and Cedar Park gets a win over Leander Rouse. Melissa keeps rolling with a win over Lovejoy. Bridge City gets a win over Viter, and College Station takes down Pflugerville-Hendrickson. I like Canyon Lake over Fredericksburg. Klein Kane beats Magnolia, and coming off of a signature win over Corpus Christi Miller, I think Sinton gets another one and beats Cal Allen. Canadian bounces back with a win over Shallow-Water. Grapeland bounces back with a win over Alto, and give me Victoria West over Kerrville-Tybee. Sneaky matchup of unbeatens. I like Corpus Christi Flower Bluff over Weslaco. East give me Yoakum to take down Blanco, and Wall gets by Idalou. I like Cotulla over Stockdale. Give me Frisco Panther Creek to bounce back with a win over Paris, and Cowboy Fight Never Dies. I like Coppell over Denton Geyer. I'm going with Windthorst over Monday in our private school game of the week. Give me Houston Christian over Fort Worth Trinity Valley, and Tatum takes down Texarkana Liberty Ilo. In our six-man game of the week, I like Cherokee over Benjamin. I think Longview gets by Rockwall in a close one, and I think Jefferson stays unbeaten with a win over Atlanta. I like Abilene over Amarillo. In the weirdest game of the week, I like Carthage over San Benito. That is a game that's actually happening. And in San Antonio, I like Cibolo Steel over San Antonio East Central. I like Cy Springs to keep rolling with a win over Bridgeland. I like El Paso del Valle over El Paso Chapin. And in another weird cross-regional matchup, I like Harlingen over Cuero. I like Crum over Van Alstyne. Give me Lake Belton over Georgetown Eastview, and it's a big rivalry game in Laredo. I like United over United South. I think Muleshoe's offense keeps rolling with a win over Dalhart. Give me Paradise to get by Bowie. And it's the big game in Pearland. I think Pearland beats Dawson. Port Isabel keeps rolling with a win over Roma, and staying in the Valley, I think PSJA North keeps rolling with a win over Harlingen South. I'm going with Seminole over Hereford, and I like Stratford in a close one over Childress. And those are the picks. What am I wrong about? Which games did I leave out? Leave comments down below. Don't forget that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Week 6 of the Texas high school football season. We'll see you.